Deja vu. We're going to get it once again here.
Well, Jamie Jones breaks off and, well, he needs to re-establish himself. He's just, since that pink in the centre pocket, has had to sit and watch Sean Murphy compile a century break and a clearance. So his first objective today was to get back on level pegging, but since then he found himself 2 behind. Good match this though, very interesting. Not the best safety response, so there's a chance of this, but sometimes if your opponent doesn't knock these in, it can get you in. So there's pressure on it. Oh, and it looks like there was pressure on it because that was a wide.
Yeah, long potting has not been his strength in this match. Just over 50% he's made. It's another part of the game that's so important to create chances at the top level. Frame before the mid-session interval. Jamie doesn't want to be 3 frames down.
Well, here comes a Murphy special. Yeah, good as anyone with those. Had a little wobble, but still well struck.
Again, another ball hitting the first knuckle of the pocket. Still going in.
Eight. Nine.
Good pot there, blind pocket, but not great position here. Probably be the green.
Green ball.
It's got a red, as you can see, behind the black, which will probably the one you play on. Oh, well, he's also got one next to the pink, which I didn't see at first. So that was the correct shot to play, not mine.
12.
Played it very well, actually. It was a good positional shot, that.
13.
Looks in full flight now, doesn't he?
Yeah, his focus looks very good around the table, I think. You know, as I've said, sometimes his mind can drift a bit, I think, Sean, if things are coming too easy, but he's realised the situation. The first round of the World Championship, lost the first frame. He needed to find that extra gear.
Great championship this, but
21.
nothing worse than if you lose in the first round and you're sitting at home for the next fortnight watching everybody else play when you should be.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh. Time for the travel agents.
The two reds just to the left of the bunch. The right hand side one of those is a nice one to cannon. Well, he must have played it. He's played the left hand side red, but I thought the red he hit, the one to the right of that, it would have left him an easy red to right corner, opened up more reds. Okay, he's on a red. He's still in play, but it wasn't the right shot to open the bunch, I felt. He's looking at leaving himself a high black. He can even screw back, leave himself an angle in the pink possibly to go into the bunch. But he's straight in this red, so he won't be following through, I don't think, to leave a level black.
Yeah, I suppose whichever way it is, leaves an angle to go into the pack. He's always got a little bit of insurance. That red that's in the balk area is in quite a nice spot, even if you don't get on another red. I mean, he can play in here now, play a screw shot into these.
29.
Well, if he's got the angle, but he'd always have that one up in the balk as an insurance policy. But has he hit that too hard?
Yeah, that slight bit of angle, didn't he, on the red? I don't know if he could possibly top spin off the cushion into the bunch. Try to force an angle.
Yeah, so didn't really manage to get anything because, as I say, he was a little
36.
bit too straight there. But he does have that red we mentioned in balk. It was always going to be there as a backstop.
$37.
Another very well struck shot right in the middle of the pocket. Jamie looks on.
43.
Worrying times.
It's just come slightly awkward here. Is anybody can get the rest past that blue without it being in the way? Just about. A little bit tricky though. Yeah. Oh, well done. Good shot, that. Yeah, it was a few seasons ago when somebody
44.
invented a rest with a bend in it, didn't he? So you could play those shots where the rest head sort of went round the blue. It was a lot easier to play. I don't know where that went, but it seemed like a good idea to me. But he negotiated that one.
Yeah, Steve used to have a little black plastic implement he used to put on the wrist, didn't it, to
51.
play those shots. Got into the cue ball. Too much there.
Don't know whether he'll be tempted with the spider. Maybe. Try the spider. Might be that one, or it might be the swan neck. Whichever. Tough shot.
Swan, yeah.
Yep, so it's the swan neck. Oh. No, you've got to try and pot the red there. You've got to be very careful with your cue following through. This is fraught with danger, this one.
Yeah, I always preferred putting the normal rest on top of the spider for this sort of shot. The swan neck, you're coming down from such a height. It's almost difficult to get. See, he's straining just to look down the line of the shot.
2 shots in the last minute or so. He's played that's a brilliant shot hitting down there.
52.
Not to bounce the cue ball, but the shot with the rest was awkward round the blue. Then he's had that one with the swan neck. He doesn't have to play the cannon here, but he could do.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the only thing there was if
57.
he'd stuck on the red and been hampered, but it went past, and boy has he gone through the gears here. He's played these really well.
58.
Since that clearance and the last 2 frames, he's been magnificent. Absolutely top draw.
$65. 66.
Yeah, who needs a tactical game when you can just clear up every time you get to the table?
Speaks the 7 times world champion. Yeah, what's impressing me more than anything, other than the pure quality of strike, is his concentration levels. He's been guilty in the past of making 40s and 50s and breaking down
71.
and giving his opponent opportunities, but there's been no sign of that in the last 2.5 frames. This has been wonderful.
72.
Yeah, I agree. Lost 3 frames in a row. The alarm bells must have been going off. You can think all sorts sat in your chair. You know, am I going to go out in the first round? Oh, negative thoughts can creep in, but he stayed positive. Great character, great belief.
79.
He just knew he needed chances at the table and he was going to clear up.
80.
I don't care who you are, you can't hit it better than this. This is as good as you get.
87. 88.
Some ways he'll be cursing the fact there's going to be an interval coming up, because the way he's playing at the moment, stomping around the table as he does, he wouldn't want that interval to arrive. He's right on top at the minute, and his
93.
opponent's cold, can't get back to the table. He'd love to carry on.
94.
Century number 16 of this year's World Championship.
101.
Well, he won't bother about missing that
Sean
red.
Murphy,
It's been a
101
magnificent
in the frame.
performance in the last 3 frames from Sean Murphy. He now leads Jamie Jones 8 frames to 5.
Back-to-back centuries, and the clear and present danger that is Jamie Jones is now at arm's length, you would feel. And the guys asked the question, who needs a tactical game when you can do that, Steve? And Alan.
But that's why he frustrates me, Sean Murphy. He finds the difficult side of the game comes easy to him, and the easy part of it he sometimes struggles with. But his talent is unquestionable. I mean, after making that mistake in the first frame today, he's been perfect for the last 2.5 frames. Brilliant.
And in terms of concentration, that too seems to come in and out. But when he's dialed in like this, I mean, that is seriously impressive what he's done there in the last couple of frames.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure that you wouldn't be concentrating at the World Championship. You could argue in some of the smaller events your mind might wander, but certainly for the World you'd expect everything to be there. But there's only probably a couple of players in the game that wouldn't be envious of Sean Murphy's rhythm around the table. So, you know, it's such a high standard he does stick in. So the tactical part of it, well, it can make a big difference if you're playing another player who's in great rhythm. Sometimes those tactical decisions can play a part in the match. But over and above that, if he's got his opponent on the ropes like he has now, he's wonderful in full flow.
He's actually made no bones about it, though. He said, this is how I play. I can't change how I play. And I'm quite happy to just thump people when they come along by playing like this.
He did try and change, didn't he? He did try and go for a period, didn't he?
Yeah. I can actually understand if, and I think that there is truth in that, I think Sean Murphy can sometimes get a bit blasé about snooker because he finds it that easy.
Yeah.
But it's not being deliberately blasé, but he probably makes these silly mistakes because every time he goes to the table, he thinks, well, I'm going to clear up here because that's easy. And then the game's not that easy, so you're going to make mistakes. But he really is in a rich vein of form now, and he's looking good.